All right. So I'm going to start out today by introducing Jenny Grassl. She's a poet and a visual artist living in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Her poems have appeared in Ocean State Review, the Boston Review, Annual Poetry Contest Runner-Up Prize selected by Mary Jo Bang, and Heavy Feather Review. Her poems have also appeared in Tupelo Quarterly, Bennington Review, Lana Turner Journal, and many others. Her book, Magicholia, was published in 2024 from 3 Etaus Press, and her second full-length collection, Forever Mistaken for Ourselves, is forthcoming from Tupelo Press. Jenny, thank you so much for being here, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. And thank you, Judy, for inviting us. This is very special. So a recipe is kind of like a spell, right? And especially if you are cooking something like the month of September. So my mother and I used to make jam out of sour wild grapes. And we added enough sugar, raisins, and walnuts to make them edible and delicious. But this poem is not really about my mother or jam. It's called Conserves. September is what I am cooking in the demon pot of suns. So less and less of blue, skies spoiled in the grape. Loosed, vine and thread, gone gobbledygook. Attached to witchlight of July, corkscrew, limbed acrobat of seeking, woody now, filament, monument to my own falling. I could save our vacation in greener leaves with vinegar, toss the spider in the eaves, dislodge ghouls from cottage rooms, funnel them into jars to preserve their sight, like the frog clear-eyed in his brine, cured, so we can poke and name his parts, names for it all, melancholia, this purpling brows, the ripe smell in the house. So I did want to tell you that I am reading from my book, Magicholia, which I will show you for a moment. I was going to tell you that in the beginning. Anyway. So the next poem is about the Ouija board. Y'all did that, right? So it's about when a friend of mine and I decided to contact the dead from the historic homes in our neighborhood. And we knew people living in these houses, but they were kicked out to create a reservoir that was, so they flooded the historic homes. They had the plan to flood them. They actually didn't, but that was the plan, and they were all kicked out. So we wanted to contact the people that lived there hundreds of years ago and find out what they thought about this plan. So it was, this is part one of a longer poem called Girls and Ouija Glow the Silence. Part one, historic homes decay after seizure for a reservoir. A letting go of people we know. We listen for the dead, their small mouths bequeathing the larger kiss. Spirits ballooning like spiders from an egg, too pale for praise. Prophecies in millions. The planchette takes our waking in substitute breath, holding bowls of frost. We ask alphabets winged to war, what are your names? Knocking it empty. no bone and lone, between coming flood and eminent domain. Flocked ghost curl, what do stones and rafters mean? And now we move to tarot, which you probably also all had some fun with. But this poem I've written in what Robert McFarlane calls thick speech, which is where when the situation is devastating enough or suffering is great enough, the idea that language is inadequate if it's ordinary, and you need to make something new out of it. So this was my attempt. It's called Tarot for Climate. We trudge our hearten, cuppin' the reekin' water, wave our wands sproutin' to restore a tree, plunge our swords in cliffs to lettin' out sea, pentacles, dust, and alley, where the dark-eyed closin' the deck to thumb and spark, queen creepin' under skin of card, to arid spoil of waterfall, open the way with number and rain, answer rock clamoring, sovereign clocked, keep no destination from the fork, in tongued sands thirstin, beauty's stumbling frock, lipped by ocean, far from unturned outcome, promising some shimmy to shine, oh, climb. Framed edge of forest. Heavy with gold, a personal hanging. In pictures, I nearly died to imagine. Everyone alive nearly died for something, if the love was strange enough. A faux fire on a lake of leaves diminishes in me, kindles a false burning. Photoshop appears truer than life's gradient dawn and the swung away moon. What did sky's eye of Jupiter see of us blinking? I am a palest mint green coat, a warm rider bareback, and who wouldn't want to ride a zebra, creaming with stars, perspiring over the skyline, a heaven that occurs to me. The voice of a person being admitted to a psychiatric hospital is the next poem. And the misunderstandings that can arise in a situation like that. Hospital year voice. Hold the crash in dawn mirrors. Ladies of the night removing their lips. Present naked to intake. Handing out forms with news Gothic bold face. Paper about to lock my shoes to the ward floor and close my eyes with consent. Take skeleton key beneath the vanish. Try to open mouth. Diamond insomnias wear down to water. Kneeling steam on the lawns of a summer, eloping elsewhere. Speak privately. Numbers. Bullet questions. Number 4 means foray of the 4 seasons, 4 deadly horsemen, 4 gospels. Where changed to why were you born? June whites and rare meat ransom, feathers stuck in my lace. I am bride of the asylum, brought to be shamed in a document. I am lost in their mail, in the small of their back stories. Why are you on this side of your decisions on the 4th of July? My signature is the wrong answer. Now, the next poem I wrote in good faith with the title Debacle Web. Now, I've been told that the correct pronunciation is debacle, but for me, for this title, it can't be debacle web. It has to be debacle web. So here we go. What do I lose at the unburdening? I silk and arc, umbilical cord to fasten rain. My hands cup sibilance, silver, whisper droplet knit. Repair the net, regold, twist with noon song on the hospital steps. Shelter in ballroom, cheek on velvet lapels. Sanctum, veil, the masked nuptial. Wayfaring ox pulls breath from sleep, a bridge of grass sewn to Mars. Arachnid web is thought. Spiderlings truss pieces of mind between dirt crumbs, anchored at rock and root. Can survivors weave havoc with shine? Ladder sequined to a meadow. So we have some more thick speech coming. And this is from Bachelor, the TV series. The poem comes from that. The episode's in Iceland. I don't know if that rings any bells to people, but it was pretty remarkable to me. And I'd like to tell people that this is a poem about sane people. It's called Pastimes of the Sane. Clayton chooses a primetime bride. I don't hate Clayton. Bachelor unmoved, not breaking. In oakum skein of harem hair, gloss waving with starry ices. Schools of lakemen and lake maids, breath dangle, suspense in TV steam. Studio live blue, swim screen with clotton milk, high in silica. Pool, super hot like you, Clayton, in a north. Prone in pixel glam selfie loss lickin'. I don't hate Clayton. Unmarred, unmarried man. Girls baitin' by batten down boutonniere. They wanton and they outen all their kiss. What lullaby do you frackin' on evening's cradle? Your luxem chasms, mothers for your children. I don't hate Clayton. 30 women with eggs, cries echoing. Would you even read the caption? Your eyes siphon a god, you as victim, not the strappy gown downcast damsels. Gabby and Rachel. Women you narrow in the choice to. Rachel crumples on a stair. Happened, it is written, about this filmed but real grief. Your words, it was a show she crove in. Didn't she have a plan for loser? Heavy sigh, your squirm behoven. Where were you born? Eureka. Wrong fucking answer, Gabby scoffs, spitefully bleeping. It. Rachel's moment of profundity, spakin' at his love news. I love you both, but her more. I don't hate Clayton. Susie is the one. Fled brood hen, cluckin', not yet fucking. Okay, well, the next poem I sometimes call Sleeping Beauty at Disney World, but the title is really Briar Rose as hysteric at the end of the world. Will not wick a rose unto June. Desires fossil plants and animals slick, spill city. How many skies steam over triple deckers and choking eglantine? Only thorned kingdom ajar. Keenest hawk elegy, lamp left on hot and useless, to wake 100 years and then lie with the prince deeper than clothes. Master the century of addled blue, unbidden magic sleeps new, insomniac dawn, princess lush proclaiming ash, loud tongue bramble pierced, to tell, to bawl the over. Now the next poem is kind of my inauguration poem, but don't worry, you might not even think that about it. But it has some patriotic colors in it, which maybe you can look for. It's not hard. And I'm reading it tonight because I've been coughing for about a month and I didn't think I could even do this reading, but I'm better. And in case I cough, you'll know what's going on. Rough colors of cough. This is not in Magicholia. This is for the occasion of the inauguration. I hack my handmade charms, independence gone gentle in the thorns. Asphyxiate blue, they turn from meadow, lark to rue. Coughed red-faced, then white. In-breath moths take off, drown in exile, and exhale of light. I tell the world how deep the trouble outside and in. Citadels of cilia and phlegm. Wheeze of nations blast through bronchial woods. Revolution whoop and intimate crescendos build. I heave from the bottom of the world. The argument I was just getting to. The brilliant end of my evidence declared, but medicine takes it all away in bitter gloss. Now I sound like everyone else, irritable but resigned. Gone my conviction. Throttle and boom, now rap squeak. Sound out of collarbone, not lung. I stand bareheaded, soldier with toy gun. So what do you want me to give a tongue to now? To conform to this disaster? My head is large and full with comment. Did you not know I was listening to a peak and despair no one wanted? They feel relief at my bewilderment. Detonation in a silencer. Let me tell you, a cough with dignity is clarion, apocalypse of when, and I threw myself in. looks like I might be done early. I have one more poem. It's called Greens of Every Latched Place. Our last-minute dead carousing, wolves and passerines foundering. Once bolted in, kept only by size of habit. Angels ease heaven's lock to latch. My double espresso steams a swan with broken wing, down to grounds. Bottom of the cup losing curves to chaos and farther weather. Lindens wait for little clapper fruits to harden their seed and ring. Tolling grand and spent perfume. I pressed a fog once between my knees to rain for you, rosemary or wine. Tang of storms and dulcets. Every moment is an extinction. The crosswind of spirit, drinking loam. Trying on frond and green bond, all the graffiti famished. The book signing the hand. Skin racing into its own summer. Ink pleasures deep. Tagging the body with yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Tremendous poems, and what you do with language is just magical, and I can't wait to read these poems. I hope the ones that you read today, most of them are in your book, because I
Yes.
can't wait to read them off the page and enjoy them all over again. So
Thank
thank you very much.